Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course. Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering. Off by Sampler Platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler Review series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, I foreshadowed this review a couple reviews ago. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work, I found some shit to review for you. And that's definitely the case today. I got off work a little while ago, and I knew as soon as I got off work, I wanted to go grab something to eat. I didn't really have much for lunch today, so I was like, just, go grab something to munch on. And I didn't want to hit McDonald's so I decided to go over there and I'd hit up a gas station. Specifically, I decided to hit up the gas station brand Circle K, which I've reviewed some stuff from in the past. One of the things that I reviewed from in the past happened to be a once exclusive flavor of Mountain Dew, but is now available at a few different locations. Said Mountain Dew flavor happens to be, boom, it is Mountain Dew Purple Thunder, which is dew with a blast of berry plum natural and artificial flavors. Ooh. I reviewed this 2 or 3 years ago when it first came out, when it was still a Circle K exclusive flavor. Now you can get it at Kroger locations as well, but I just got through reviewing Johnsonville sausage and breakfast sandwich from Circle K, and I remarked to the fact that I should probably do a re-review of this because I kind of feel like my feelings on it have changed now from when I first reviewed it. So, let's get a thing for the thing here. It looks like this one. And I should mention, I have an entire playlist for just Mountain Dew called Mountain Dew Madness. My original review of Purple Thunder is in that, and this will be as well. Let's give it a go. And because it is still a semi-exclusive flavor, because you don't find it everywhere, it is just Circle K's and Kroger as far as I know, or at least Kroger-owned stores. I don't get it very often, but yeah. Not gonna lie, I like this one a lot now. Because I think at the time, I haven't gone back and rewatched that review, but if I recall correctly, I think at the time I just found it to be a little bit kind of humdrum, it didn't really stand out. But sometimes, if you go over there, you try out something one time, maybe it just doesn't quite mesh with your taste buds that day, or sometimes, you just have to kind of build your palate up to it. As time has gone by, because even though, like I said, I don't get this that often, because it was an exclusive flavor, typically if I was, headed towards a friend's place or something and I was passing a Circle K, I'd pick one up and get it because it was an exclusive flavor, And the more that I went over there and tried it, and the more I had it, the more I found that I was really enjoying it. And that's definitely continued to be the case. I would honestly say that I'm a rather big fan of this now. I really do like the fact, because I think, it's a plum berry flavor, right? That could be potentially off-putting for somebody, if you're not a big fan of plums. But the berry is definitely the stronger aspect. It's more like a layering of plum kind of flavor, but then backed by the berry flavor. So the plum flavor is there, and I think that's something that I wasn't really, properly experiencing the first time that I, tried it. I don't think I was keying in on that. But again, the more that I've had it, the more I've been able to sort of, really fix in on that plum flavor. And I like plums for one, although I don't eat them ever, but I, have had them and I've always enjoyed them. But I like the way that they made it work in this. And because it does have that plum essence to it, I think they could have, I'll say this, I think they could have done more with the plum. I think they could have, if they wanted to be bold, they could have put more plum flavor into it. But they dialed it back a little bit, trying to make it more accessible, which I understand. But I do like that plum flavor. I feel like it gives it, a good Mountain Dew shouldn't just be tasty, it should have personality. It should be a Mountain Dew flavor that you remember and that you want to go back for because it has that personality, those qualities that you like about it. This, again, the more that I've had it, the more I've been able to kind of live with it, the more I've found that I actually really like it and that it does have a stronger personality than I maybe thought at the, on the onset. It's nice, it's sweet, it has a little bit of tanginess to it from the berry flavor. It's not, chemically or anything like that. It is a Mountain Dew, so it's a very sweet soda for damn sure, but I do appreciate the fact that aside from the fruity flavors, it does have a little bit, again, of that tanginess to kind of offset a little bit of the sweetness. But yeah, man, I genuinely think that this is, I wouldn't put it in my upper tier of Mountain Dew flavors, but I'd put it one tier below that. And coming from, when I initially had it years ago, yeah, it's grown on me so much. And that's not entirely a thing that just, I don't want to make it seem like, it's just because you just forced yourself to like it. What is it? There's another one. I can't think of off the top of my head what the flavor is. But there's another exclusive flavor that's for another gas station brand that I can't remember off the top of my head. And that one's okay, and I do that too. When I go buy one, I usually try to buy one of those Mountain Dew flavors because it's exclusive. And I've never really gotten that much more fond of it than when I first tried it. Maybe slightly, but with the Purple Thunder, that's why I felt like doing a re-review was really worth it with this one, because I really do feel like my feelings have just changed, and I feel like they're more representative of my fondness for this particular flavor. I like that a lot. But two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Clearly and clearly. Like I said, I like this Mountain Dew. Would I like it as much if it weren't exclusive? If it were more readily available, and I could just pick it up wherever? Maybe not. It's hard for me to say because at the end of the day, I don't live in that scenario. I do have Kroger stores near me. I do have an occasional Circle K, but none of them are regular spots that I hit up. So it's not something that I usually get. It's something I get, I would say, at most once a month or so, So there is a little added specialness to it. But I do genuinely really like the flavor of it, and it's one of those flavors that, whereas I used to go and grab it because, again, it was exclusive, it was something I wouldn't get all that often, now it is something where if I do go to a Kroger store, I'll occasionally get a 12-pack of it. Now I've got 12 of the damn things in my fridge whenever I want them. And I still like every single one of them. Every single one of those 12 I enjoy quite a bit. So I'll definitely get it again. Now if I'm recommending it, I'm absolutely recommending it. I hope very much that my initial review didn't go over there and turn anybody off trying this. Because for one thing, I don't think that my reviews should typically. Sometimes, yes, sometimes I'm genuinely warning people away from bad products, but when it comes to something like Mountain Dew, there's so many flavors available, it's going to be, person to person. And some of them I don't think are all that great, but I do think that, some of them really stand out. And I do think that the Purple Thunder, even if you've tried it in the past and didn't find it all that impressive, it might be worth checking out again, especially if you can just get it as, a single product instead of like a 12-pack or something. Because I really do think that this is a really solid Mountain Dew. Some of the exclusive flavors are a little bit meh, but I don't think that this is the case with this. And I'm guessing that's maybe why even Kroger might have keyed in on that. Because they used to have the Twisted Apple flavor as one of their exclusives, and sadly that's gone now. I did review it though, by the way. So. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week. monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there themselves a truly Purple Thunder-tastic rest of your life. Because, folks, Purple Thunder. Final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do, can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. When we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there, whenever possible, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, is there a particular flavor or food or anything like that where maybe your initial perception wasn't all that strong, but then as time went by, you found a fondness for it? If so, let me know. Hit me up in the comments, because I know I'm not the only person when it comes to these things, but there are a lot of people who, they try it once, they're not there for it, that's it. And that's fine. I'm not hating, but, I feel like you're limiting yourself, Sometimes things are worth giving another shot.